least.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is X-Men Origins better than The Last Stand? My answer is yes.
Yes, it is.
But barely.
Yeah.
That's not your answer. That's the answer.
No, it's not.
Most people think
most
Wolverine
people think
is
Last Stand's better.
the bottom of the pit.
But I can see why.
I can't.
I can.
Alrighty, ready?
I don't mind The Last Stand, actually.
Cut here.
I'm kidding.
Episode 3 is good.
That would be a great place to start. Hello everybody and welcome to Working Title, and we're starting our movie talk for the first time here today.
X-Men The Last Stand.
My name is Ben. Do you want to introduce yourself to the world?
I'm Ed.
This is Ed.
And I own this channel.
And today we're talking about Deadpool, which is... This has been a long time coming, hasn't it, Ed?
Yes.
Like, it's been
after
quite the run.
the monstrosity that was X-Men Origins.
Yep. Debuting in
With
2000...
Merc with no mouth.
Merc with no mouth. Debuting in 2009 to something that the world absolutely hated. It was awful. And then...
Yeah, got critically slammed.
Mm-hmm. And then from there we had...
And probably did badly at the box
the
office.
leaked test footage.
Yeah, it's a leaked test footage. Fox totally didn't want that to get out.
Yep, from 2011, which wasn't really released until 2013, maybe 14. And then that just kind of kick-started the whole internet, and everybody started bandwagoning and just trying to push to get this movie made. Ryan Reynolds was so adamant for so long. You know, Tim Miller hopped on board.
Yeah.
And
First film.
Yes, his very first directorial film. And somehow, in February 2016, here we are. We actually have a Deadpool movie.
And we're going to review it.
And it was perfect. Not really.
No.
He doesn't think so. It was straight off the bat. I want to get this off my chest.
Oh, hold on. First of all, we're going to do our non-spoiler reactions. Ben, would you recommend people go and see this movie?
I would absolutely recommend seeing this movie as long as you can handle violence. Like, if you're like my mother, who I know hates violence, if you're like the woman that was in the theatre the second time we saw it, and you're not a big fan.
She came back.
Slightly vile humor.
She came back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I never noticed. There are some people who are not going to like this movie. If you can't stand violence, then you absolutely should not see this movie.
If you can't get through a Cards Against Humanity game, don't go and see this movie.
There will be people who don't like this movie, but for the most part, if you can handle the violence and if you can handle the quite vulgar humour at times, then absolutely, this is a movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is a movie most people...
Awesome.
Will go out and have a great time with. If you're a comic book fan, you're going to love it. It's kind of hard to believe this even got made. This is kind of like a dream come true.
So good.
And now I will get it off my chest as I tried to a moment ago. Personally, this movie was exactly what I wanted it to be. I love this movie with all of its flaws. It does have flaws, and we will get to those.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved it for what it was. Ed, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. I recommend that people go and see this movie. It was a lot of fun. If you're looking out for a good time at the cinema, definitely go and see Deadpool. Alright, and now from now on, spoilers. If you haven't seen Deadpool yet,
get out of here.
Yeah, go.
You've been
but
warned.
subscribe
You've had plenty
first.
of time. Subscribe first.
And then come back.
Plug. Alright, that's plenty of time. You should be out of here by now. Let's get straight into it. Ed, do you want to start with what you liked most about the movie?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I thought...
I started you off with it.
Yeah, you did. I think from the opening credits, I knew I was going to enjoy this movie. Because the opening credits were incredible. They were just hilarious and just, like, perfect. I'm surprised they didn't mess with the Fox logo. That would have been a great opportunity.
What, like Simpsons style?
Yeah, like Simpsons movie style. Thanks. I'm glad I'm editing this and not you. And yeah, but like the opening credits were just hilarious and perfect for what Deadpool was. Like it was normal, like they had Fox's name in front of it, they had Marvel Entertainment's name in front of it, but then they had no other names in front of it, and that was perfect. They just like completely messed with it. And I totally agree with the opening credits. The writers are the true heroes of this movie.
They really were.
The dialogue was continually snappy and continually on point. There weren't many jokes that fell flat, and there was even stuff that I missed the first time round that I laughed in the second time round. So that was probably my favourite part of the movie.
Yeah, I certainly have to agree with you there. The writing in this film was absolutely phenomenal. Like, just some of the bands, and I know obviously some of it was probably improvised, but there
Yep.
is a lot of written dialogue there
Mm.
between Wade Wilson and T.J. Miller's
T.J.
character.
Weasel.
Weasel, thank
copy.
you. Between Deadpool and Weasel, there's a lot of great dialogue between.
Yeah, there is.
But basically, all of the characters, there's no single relationship in the film which really feels any less than any of the others. Everybody sort of gets their chance to shine, and one of the biggest criticisms is that it's a very simple story.
Oh,
but
it's
I think it's
incredibly
been
simple.
left intentionally simple to allow the characters to actually shine and just sort of
I suppose
highlight
so.
a lot of the tropes of the superhero genre.
Yeah.
And it comes out so well, particularly with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, who personally I think
Oh yeah,
most of
he
the
does a
old
great
things,
job.
but it's worth saying he is so perfect as Wade Wilson.
Yeah, Ryan
he
Reynolds-
is the guy.
Ryan Reynolds was awesome. Like it continually felt like he was thinking of these comebacks on the spot, and he was just always on point in his character. Especially for most of the movie, he was either under a mask or under prosthetics.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so he just did a really good job. And I think another really great point of the movie was also the actual construction of it. It was very smartly constructed. It wasn't done in
Chronological order.
chronological order.
Yeah.
Like if it was, the movie would have been awful.
Oh yeah,
Would have been so bad. But it wasn't. It was very smartly done, non-linear. Deadpool almost tells the story to the audience.
we will actually. I'll bring that back up later.
Which was
in some of our
really cool.
cons. Yeah,
Um,
the direction. I think you have to give Tim Miller some credit for his
Yeah.
direction,
Yeah,
especially as a
first movie.
first-time director. It was rather impressive what he did. You know, he was really able to sort of bring out all the best parts about the character without going over the top. Which is, let's be honest, that's probably the hardest part about Deadpool. How do you not go over the top? You know,
Yeah.
how do you find the balance to
Yeah.
keep everybody happy? And I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
he's
true.
done a really good job there.
mm.
And it's really quite fantastic. I suppose there's not much to say in terms of cinematography or anything like that.
No,
It's fairly standard
it's
there. But this is
That's fine.
what was this, a $45 million budget?
Less. I'm
Jackson,
pretty
can we look that up?
sure.
for us?
I'm pretty sure it was like 32 million.
32, maybe 35.
Yeah.
Jackson will be getting on that for us. Shout out to
50
Jackson.
million US dollars.
50?
50.
It's still not that much.
No,
That's
it's not.
really
That's a
small.
rather small budget, especially for this kind of movie.
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to be 57 million.
And it got slashed to 50.
Man, it's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
Such brilliant dialogue, and that's definitely the strongest part about the movie is the dialogue.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
everything flows so well. The action, for the most part, was also very impressive. The
Yeah,
movie,
really solid, really slickly edited.
Yep.
Had a great violent feel to it.
Like not sometimes, Deadpool sort of looked like he was jumping off trampolines a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
The,
Yeah,
the CGI was a little too clean at times.
Springy.
Yeah,
Springy
but
movements.
other than that, the action is very fluent. It's very crisp, and it's comfortable to watch. It doesn't hurt your eyes. There's no shaky cam. There's no rapid cuts. It just flows the way Deadpool should, because Deadpool is elegantly violent.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the way they've captured him in this film. We should address some cons, I
Yep,
suppose.
let's do it.
As much as we love this film, there are some obvious problems with the movie. I think,
You can go first.
first and foremost, I didn't actually notice this the first time I watched the movie, but the moment we walked out, you pointed it to me. And you're probably right. I don't personally agree with it 100%, but it's definitely worth noting the pacing. It is a bit of an issue.
Yep.
Like, obviously, they've intentionally gone to tell a particular story, but the way that it's been told, you can just tell, like, they were sort of scrapping to sort of keep everything moving at a
Deadpool's-
reasonable pace.
Deadpool's actual origin, like the whole getting his powers, establishing his relationship with Vanessa, takes way too long.
Yep,
It takes a
definitely.
really, really long time.
And they do split it up
They,
between a lot of good action
they do
scenes.
split up between the whole bridge scene, but yeah,
It's
just,
0 to 100.
Yeah,
And then
it's-
100 back to 0.
It's
So-
like it's they're funny parts, but it just does feel really long.
You do snap out of it. And obviously, when you're doing a fourth wall breaking type of movie, that's going to happen. But sometimes that snap...
or even 16 walls.
Yeah. But at times, it is just a little too jarring. The way it snaps back. And so that is definitely an issue that the movie has. But one that's fairly easily overcome.
Yeah, speaking of fourth walls, we get on to one of my biggest cons is that all the fourth wall breaks Well, I've got a lot about to say about the fourth wall breaks. First of all, it's not really explained how he can make the fourth wall breaks. Because...
I actually kind of like that. I love that they just leave it.
They explain it makes sense for a lot of it because he's also the narrator for all the past. So when he's making fourth wall breaks about the past, that's fine because he obviously knows what's happened. But they don't really understand how he knows he's in a movie, or how he knows about Fox and studios and things like that. Just
he knows about one studio
because. He knows that. Yeah, because in the comics, he knows he's in a comic because he's psychotic. He thinks he's in a comic. He doesn't actually know he's in a comic. He thinks he's in a comic. That's why he talks to the audience. He's psychotic. But in the movie, you don't really get the sense that he's psychotic.
No, he's there.
He's quite grounded,
lights
actually.
Are on,
but
someone is home.
Which makes it strange why he thinks he's in a movie. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But my other big con was that all the fourth wall breaks, well, not all of them, but the vast majority of them were dialogue-based fourth wall breaks. He only really messes with the fact that it's a film a few times, specifically when the gum gets on the camera.
Yeah.
At the very start, and then when he moves the camera, when he's about to torture the Agent Smith guy. Yeah, like that's really the only times there are non-dialogue based fourth wall breaks. Like I feel like it would have been so funny if he was on the bridge and he was going on his killing spree, and he went to go shoot like a cast of the production team and be like, "Oh wait, you're not one of them." Or like he grabs like a big boom mic and hits someone over the head with it.
That would have been
like
hilarious.
Imagine how good that was. It didn't really mess with the fact that it was a film. And I don't know, I just felt that was like kind of disappointing to me. I would really like to see that.
Definitely.
That would have been really clever, I feel like. But the good thing is we're getting a sequel.
We are getting a sequel.
So there's lots of time for that.
Oh, that post-credits thing.
Oh, it was brilliant. I didn't realise it was actually Ferris Bueller reference at first.
Oh, really?
No.
I did. The moment it cuts to the hallway, I'm like, is this going to be? And then his head just sort of pops through the door. I'm like, yeah, we're getting a Ferris Bueller joke here. Nice. Yeah. I like it. Actually, what studio made Ferris Bueller? Was that Fox? Or is that just another studio and they just were sort of allowed to do
Definitely could have been Fox. Hold on.
I can't remember who made Ferris Bueller. Jackson's on it. While he's doing that.
Is there anything else you want to say about the movie? Hopes for Deadpool 2, maybe?
Oh, then, well, I mean, we know it's getting greenlit.
Well, yeah, it's already greenlit.
I would love to see X-Force versus Deadpool. I would love it if the X-Force team was actually trying to capture or maybe even kill Wade Wilson. And he just messes with them for 2 hours straight in a film. It'd be great.
Jackson?
Ferris Bueller was Paramount.
Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of lots of cool things that they could do for the sequel, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to how they're able to even bring that Deadpool character to the next level.
Absolutely.
That sort of thing.
And yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things they haven't done, like as you were saying, with some of the more hardcore fourth wall breaks. Where's Wolverine and all this? Can we have, like Hugh Jackman has said, Wolverine 3 will be his last movie, but do you think, like, people get things wrong in Hollywood all the time. There's no reason for him to go back on that and say, look, I am going to do one more after Wolverine.
He's already gone back on it many times.
Yeah, exactly. Wolverine versus Deadpool. Why not?
What if they use Deadpool to introduce the new actor of Wolverine?
Ooh, that could be interesting. There's a lot of
someone who's actually the right height.
And then how does
Hollywood?
Yeah, get a short dude. Tom Cruise? No, don't. Not him.
No, yeah, I'll pass.
So that we got 8 movies coming out this year. One of them was Deadpool. How did we get an R rating semi in Australia? I would absolutely recommend this to everyone with a stomach for violence. You have to see this movie. It's one of the funniest movies that's come out in a long time. It's one of the greatest action movies to come out in a long time.
Something I forgot to say. Villains aren't very good.
I mean,
they're literally given nothing to do. They're literally just there to be chased.
Perhaps, yes. There's a lot of things, like if you're looking for your exquisite villain, that's not here. If you're looking for your perfect pacing, that's not here either. This is a very cut and dry superhero scenario, but they've put Deadpool in it, and you're literally there to see Deadpool be Deadpool. He just sort of thrives in the basic scenario.
Funnily enough, Deadpool is the best part of this movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, the character of Deadpool, just going around doing his thing. That montage when he's hunting down all the villains,
yeah, it's really cool.
Is spectacular. And actually, there's a lot of good music in this movie as well, whether it be original soundtrack
Yeah.
or just, you know, songs that they've just
Taken.
bought the rights for the movie for. Like, oh my god, wham!
X gonna give it to you.
Yep. Shoot by Salt and Pepper. You've got, what's it called? George Michael's song. It's not called Wham.
I know it's not called Wham. Wham's the band.
I cannot
It's
remember
called
it.
Careless Whisper.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackson.
And also,
It certainly is. Careless
there was-
Whisper by George Michael.
And then the one that was in test footage.
Angel in the Morning by... I can't remember her name. It's like a Gabriella or something.
the song
probably
that they
not.
played during the montage that you were just talking about,
Deadpool
the
rap.
Deadpool rap, is
Yeah.
actually a fan-made song by Team Headkick.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Go check that out, man.
Yeah.
Support the interwebs,
Ben,
baby.
we should wrap up. Alright, do the outro.
Do the outro, except Ed.
What?
What would you rate this movie?
8.5.
8.5.
Weak villains, weak pacing, not very very safe in terms of its humor. I
But
found
all intentionally
But-
done to allow the main character to thrive and actually do his thing.
exactly.
And in
The
having
rest of the movie is great.
in having those weaknesses, it actually allows the movie to be as meta as it wants to be and to do all the things that it wants to do. So even though those flaws exist, they are quite forgivable, and I also give it an 8.5 out of 10. This really was
Yeah. That's a
quite an exceptional
that's a
movie given the
thumbs up.
circumstances.
from Working Title Productions.
Absolutely. Alright, we hope you've enjoyed this review. We're sorry for all the tangents that we went on.
I'm going to edit them all out.
Oh, there we go. So,
Well, we'll see.
I'm Ben, he's Ed. That was Jackson over there looking up all the facts for us. This is Working Title Productions. Thank you for watching this episode and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Hi. Okay. Hi. Sorry, I'm Jackson. They haven't let me out of the sound cage in a little while. If you would like, please remember to like, favorite, subscribe, share if you'd like to. Follow Ed on Twitter at Mr. Spaghetti22. And we also have a Facebook page, which is Working Title Production YouTube. Or Working Title YouTube. You'll find it.
Jackson, what are you doing?
No.
Jackson, no, you can't. No, get back in the sound cage right now.